What I love about this day and age is the rise of independent sports and media companies. People that look like us from our community getting more dollars in their pockets and actually keeping the major people accountable. And I'm talking about the ESPNs, the Fox Sports, the Yahoo Sports, the Athletic, whatever. You have all these guys like Jason McIntyre, which really got me to wanting to make this video, trying to tell Cam Newton what his opinion should be. Or that lady from ESPN, excuse me, I forget her name, that said that, is making fun of Cam, like, bro, you're at home, why are you even talking? Like, this man is an NFL MVP. This man went to the Super Bowl. This man has so many accolades that so many quarterbacks currently that he was talking about, whether they're a game manager or not, would love to have his stats at the end of their career. So that man has credibility to talk about any and everything within the NFL, period. Shout out to Cam Newton. Bro, the only thing I ask you to do is change your font, but I love what he's doing. It's just another avenue. You got to think, 10 years ago, there was none of this. I mean, it was just ESPN and really The Ringer just getting started, and that's just because ESPN fired Bill Simmons. To me, he started the pivot into, the pivot, by the way, I'm going to bring them up, into sports media being all independent. He, along with, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, he leveraged all of that. And people said, you know what? A lot of people can do that with a whole lot more credibility because they actually played the game. Now, you look at all these offshoots right now, right? You got Stephen A. Smith just started his show. He should have had his own independent show, but you talk about Shannon Sharpe with Club Shay Shay. You talk about Cam Newton. You talk about The Pivot. Matter of fact, another Cam, you talk about Cameron and Mace doing Is What It Is. You talk about I Am Athlete, which was a big pioneer with Brandon Marshall. And another reason why I wanted to do this video is because he did an interview with Cam Newton, and he basically said I Am Athlete is going to be, continue on, but basically it's going to be a one-person show with just him as far as the YouTube flagship is concerned. And I'm like, damn, shit just keep on working out with them. Like, I know Pac-Man left, and now, to me, when he made that announcement, it was for sure Deshaun Jackson and LaShawn McCoy were no longer going to be on the show. And you look at that, they have just decided to make their own show. That podcast is going to premiere, they said, sometime in after the Super Bowl, so February or March. And I think they missed out on something, by the way. They said that their podcast name is 25 and 10 or whatever it is. Why not Weeshawn? Weeshawn is right there. LaShawn, Deshaun, we are Sean. I mean, whatever. But there's also Club 520 and then Nightcap. And big shout out to Shannon Sharpe one more time because he had that knowledge. He's done Club Shay Shay for years now, independent, and that's what helped him be so successful in negotiations. And like, he's getting millions from ESPN, and then it's the knowledge. He has 2-point-something million subscribers to Club Shay Shay, and they've almost gotten that with like that on Nightcap. It's the knowledge. He had the knowledge of building up an independent media property just like that. And now they're almost up to 1 million subscribers with him, Ocho, and Gilbert Arenas. Big shout out to Gilbert Arenas. He's doing his own thing as well. These things are $1 million digital properties, multi-million-dollar digital properties. You're talking about Club Shay Shay, who has the highest rated interview in January period with Katt Williams. They have 52 million. Now, a lot of people have done projections, but I can tell you this for a fact. He has not gotten that check yet. That check comes once January 31st hits. He's not going to get that check until February 21st. If I had to guess, I think his metrics are higher than mine, but based on my metrics, if I had a 52 million viewed video, I would get over a $300,000 check for that video alone. So you got to imagine, he's done millions already. He had a Country Wayne interview that just dropped, and then they're clipping them up, so that's even more. So this is definitely, it wouldn't surprise me if his check for January, his YouTube check alone, is north of $1 million, somewhere between that $1 million, $1.5 million. That would not surprise me. And that's just for YouTube. Just for YouTube. You talk about Spotify, you talk about Apple, you talk about whatever else, they cut it up and put it on IG, they cut it up and put it on Facebook. That's just more money coming in. And if you watch that Country Wayne video, he's letting you know the game. You can get a whole bunch of thousands on a different media properties based on that. So we didn't have that necessarily 10 years ago. We didn't know that roadmap that you can get millions of dollars throughout the year, or thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, doing your own thing. And you don't have to wait on ESPN, because how it was in 2000, I'd just say 3, you would just watch ESPN, or you go on ESPN.com, and then you would disagree with something that our sports writer said, thinking he has no perspective, or she has no perspective, or you read something in the paper, and there was no outlet to say, no, we got to keep you in check because you're going crazy with your opinion. Now, not only do we have, Twitter or IG, we can just respond. We have platforms that we can build and have our own voice. And I'm just so appreciative of all the players getting in the space. And I get it that it's athlete run, but it's not just that. It's people can have their own voice no matter who they are, and build up their own independent sports media property, just like Cameron and Mace. And they're not necessarily professional athletes. They were good, very good in high school, but they became entertainers, dope ass entertainers, and they're able to step into their sports realm and then dominate that space. Another multi-million-dollar digital property. So what am I saying about all of this? The sports reaction business is a billion-dollar business. You think about how everything is led by the Dallas Cowboys, or everything is led by LeBron James. You look at the metrics, they have their highest shows when the Cowboys eliminated, because people want to hear what they have to say. That's across the board. Everybody has their own opinions. They want to chime in, but these brothers are showing how you can actually do it and get paid. I mean, you look at the Pivot having all kind of interviews, and they're able to layer in their sports reaction takes. I wish they would do that almost like a nightcap kind of thing. That would be dope, because I would love to see their perspective right after an NFL game. And Shannon, again, is changing the damn game. Shannon's just like, shit, we're going to make our own sports center. As soon as the game ends, come check us out. We just ain't going to have highlights. We just going to be talking about this shit. So take notes in the game. We're going to highlight it up. So I think that's going to be the next wave. If you ask me, what's going to be the next thing for digital media properties like that? It's going to be, you know what? As soon as the game ends, we're going to give you that live reaction. You don't have to go to IG. You don't have to go to whatever social media platform. Come to us. We're going to do it live on IG or do it live on YouTube to get monetized. And then we're going to clip it up and put it out there. So you're going to get that live reaction. So I think that's where a lot of people need to pivot to. Shout out to the Pivot one more time. Instead of waiting, because everybody's going to Sports Center after that. I could tell you for the last 2-3 months, I don't even think about going to Sports Center as much after the game. It might be on in the background, but I'm on YouTube Live waiting on Uncle Ocho or Uncle Gil to talk about the NBA game that just went off, or the NFL game that just went off. They are changing the not only the narrative, they're putting guidelines up on the narrative, and they're changing the damn game and getting paid to do so. A lot of people inspired me to do this video, but it was really Cam Newton that pushed me to press record. For some flunky on Fox Sports who's never played sports, in my opinion, he didn't look like he ever played sports. I play college football, and I can say, if you play football, you play flag, intramural, maybe. For him to say, yeah, Cam Newton, you basically had the same career as Dak, without the context. And that's where I love where Cam Newton came in, like, nah, bro, stop the damn tape.
I love this day and age that we're in, because it gives so many people opportunities to kind of speak on things in real time, right?
Because you're not adding all the stats. You cherry picking stats because you want to put it out and have your own narrative. Tell the whole story. If you feel that Dak has had a better career than Cam Newton, fine, show that. Because they like to hide the ball. So they showed all of his stats or whatever. They didn't add in rushing stats what Cam did. They didn't add in the rushing touchdowns what Cam Newton did. The other thing they didn't add in was the damn playoff record. They were like, Cam Newton's, I think he said they were like 3-4, 3-5, whatever Cam Newton's playoff record was. And, you know, Dak has a better career so far. Add in Dak's playoff career then. That man 2-5. So what you trying to tell me? That you hiding the ball, you cherry picking stats, and I wouldn't know that. This man's on Fox Sports. I would not know that if it wasn't for Cam Newton to say, nah, bro, watch how they cherry picking these stats. These stats people only, it's like arguing a legal case. They only want to put forth the facts that they think are most favorable. And it's not supposed to be like that. Tell the whole context. Keep it 100. Keep it a buck. So I really appreciate Cam Newton for giving me that extra emphasis to go ahead and put this episode out, because these linear media properties, they only have so much time because they got to put a commercial out or whatever, right? So they got to say, nope, this is how I feel, and these are the stats how I feel, and I'm going to have it super slanted. I'm so thankful we have such a bigger platform and a bigger voice to say, nah, bro, you on some bullshit. You didn't add in rushing yards. You didn't add in playoff records, and it is what it is. As far as whether Dak and Cam have the same career, I'll admit they have similar numbers. For sure, they have similar numbers at their stage in their career, and he's making the point. Jason McIntyre made the point that, well, now Cam's on his couch. Bruh, you on your couch the whole time watching Cam Newton win that national title. And respectfully, I don't think anybody is including that. Like, Dak went to Mississippi State. He's a Louisiana kid. Shout out to him. Mississippi State, not nowhere close to winning no national championship. This man went in 1 year to Auburn, got a national championship and dipped. Came the #1 draft pick. Dak was drafted not in the first round. So you got to add in the whole body of work, like he said. And, you know, he's transformed Carolina. He transformed the Carolina Panthers to what they are, to be in the Super Bowl, to maybe even win. He did that. And I'm sorry, Dak hasn't replicated that just yet. I'm sure he has all the ability in the world to do so. I think they missed a running game more than they thought. And just to keep it 100, Green Bay is better than we thought. I don't know how Jordan Love just transformed into John Elway real quick. I mean, when you ask a kid to do limited throws, kind of like Brock Purdy, we talk about the game manager stuff, they look better than what they are. But it's kind of like a rope-a-dope, because Jordan Love's way better than we thought he was. They let him throw a whole lot more, and he can really put the ball on the numbers, and you see why they have so much faith in him. All right, I'm going to stop rambling, but y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Holla at your boy. We're building our own independent media company here, and we would really love your support. Black owned, and we only want to talk about the topics in our community. It's no disrespect to anybody else, but we don't have enough voice, which is the real reason why I made this video, to keep things fair. And we want to tell the things from our own perspective and continue to do so, our stories, and try to be completely fair, add in all the numbers, not have it just to be so disrespectful. All right, we're not in a vacuum. This is real life shit. Stop trying to tell half the story. Tell all the story. That's why we're here.